Hello everybody, Waffletime here. After you beat the lunatic cultist, there will only be 4 massive thorns in your side between you and the Moon Lord. The celestial pillars are tough and quite unforgiving, so let's see about making them easy. So at this point you should be maining a class with its respective accessories and armors, such as Beetle armor for melee, Spectra armor for magic, Shrewmite armor for ranged, or Tiki for summoners. To start, you'll want to take out whichever pillar is respective to your class in particular, just so you can beat the other pillars with the best weapon of your class. The Solar Pillar is for melee, the Nebula Pillar is for mages, Stardust is for summoners, and lastly the Vortex Pillar is for rangers. As you can see, I'm trying out a melee build with the Beetle armor, so I'm going to try and take out the Solar Pillar. Be sure to leave the pillar whose weapons you least want for last, just so if you have any other grinding to do before the Moon Lord, you can do it without interruption, and have your great weapons to do so. One good tip as well is if you're feeling confident, go ahead and try and take out that Stardust Pillar, even if you aren't maining a summoner. This is so you can take those Stardust fragments to your Ancient Manipulator and craft up a quick and easy helper to battling the rest of the pillars. You guys knew it was coming too. I also highly recommend to buff up. Buff potions are just a godsend. I just love buff potions. A very good strategy to use for the Stardust Pillar is to try and get these Star Cell mobs to follow you outside the vicinity of the pillar. When you kill one, don't break the smaller ones, as they'll grow into bigger ones, which you could kill again in order to break the barrier that surrounds the pillar. These mobs are super easy to manipulate and maneuver around, so just keep on killing them till you see that the red beams stop flying over to the pillar, meaning that the barrier has been broken and you could go tank that pillar. Up next, I'll be showing a different method with the Solar Pillar, which can arguably be the most unforgiving one out of the bunch. I'm going to be using the most powerful and manly method known in the universe, and that is to run away if I get scared. What you can do is stand in the vicinity of the pillar until a handful of things spawn, then simply head out of the vicinity and kill whatever's with you. This is just simply so you don't get overwhelmed. My absolute biggest tip for the Solar Pillar is to not fly. These crawltipedes do an insane amount of damage and are absolutely monstrous with speed and damage capabilities, but don't target you if you're grounded. I like to put down some platforms or extra blocks nearby just so I have somewhere to grapple to and I don't get targeted by them if I need to fly away. After I knocked out this pillar, I went and crafted the items I wanted, which were the Solar Eruption and the Stardust Cell Staff. Now we are onto the Nebula Pillar. My tip for this one is quite contrary to the Solar Pillar, and that's to try and stay up in the air and off the floor, so you mainly have to deal with the enemies that you can maneuver around easily. The ground mobs are honestly pretty tough, so a UFO mount or a cute fisherman is definitely recommended. You'll have to avoid the brain sucklers, which are fairly easy, and you'll have to avoid lasers from the Nebula floaters, which are a bit tougher than the brain sucklers since they teleport. Mainly, just fly around in circles around these guys, and when you see those red beams stop flying, just go knock out that pillar. Last but not least, we are onto the Vortex Pillar, which has a very interesting strategy with it, and that is to simply build a box. The only mobs I could get in are these pathetic little alien hornets, which you could kill pretty quickly without too much trouble. The only way they could get in is by just spawning in through a little portal. All the other mobs are going to be frolicking around outside since they can't get through blocks or attack through them. This is where the Solar Eruption definitely comes in handy, and we are able to make very short work of this pillar. Once you finally break all 4 pillars, the Moon Lord is yours to defeat. Or you could die like me because I tried to fight him without armor because I thought I was cool. Well, I figure I better get used to it now anyway, since our Moon Lord method is going to be rendered absolutely useless by the next update. Yep, that's right, his Phantasmal Death Ray is going to be able to go through blocks. Can't wait. I think that about covers it for making the Celestial Pillars easy breezy. I hope you guys found these tips helpful, and I really hope the Moon Lord is just as easy for you. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this, and if you have any questions, comments, or tips, be sure to leave them in the comment section down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.